Hi friends, I'm Lady Lecter. It's time, as always, to get a cup of tea, or in fact your beverage of choice, perhaps even some snacks. This week I'm going to tell you about my adventures in Glastonbury and review the Labyrinth Tarot deck. To Glastonbury recently, and I thought I would tell you about that little adventure. I did intend to vlog my trip, however I was having such a lovely time. I was just in the moment, having such a really nice time, that I didn't vlog the entire thing. I did take some footage of the Chalice Well because that place, I wanted to capture some video footage of the Chalice Well because it's just such a peaceful, calm, relaxing place, and it's just beautiful. It's literally beautiful. I highly recommend a trip to the Chalice Well if you have never been. It's great. So I took some footage. I took some footage of the water flowing and things like that because I don't know whether anybody else feels the same, but the sound of flowing water just really is like instant relaxation. So I took some footage of the water flowing for my own personal use, just so I've got it to look at, sort of thing, because it's been such a long time since I've been to Glastonbury. I thought it'd be nice to sort of have a little clip of it, but I thought I'd share it with you, so I hope you enjoy that. Yeah, the Chalice Well Gardens, this amazing place of peace and calm, and I stayed there for quite a while, and it was just really nice to be in that, you know, in the zone. And it's so beautiful and well kept, and it's just a really lovely place. It blows my mind to think that somewhere that beautiful. It's just truly beautiful, and I feel so lucky that I have the ability to go and visit there, you know. It's just a really nice place to go and visit, and it's nice to just sit in silence and just feel the energy around you. And there's so many trees and beautiful plants, and as well as obviously the well itself, and apparently the properties in that water are really good. There's a part of the actual well gardens that you can drink the Chalice Well water, because it's supposed to be really good for you. So that was nice. And it's been a while, it's been a long old while since I've been to Glastonbury, so it was just really cool. We only went for the day, so it was like there was quite a lot to pack into a day, but I had gone down there with the intention of going to the Chalice Well Gardens and doing some shopping. I wanted to try and see if I could find any books off my Amazon wish list, because obviously I'd rather buy them from a bookstore if I can. It's just, I just keep them on my Amazon wish list to remember that that's a book that I'm interested in. So I went down there trying to find some books, and I did get one book, but it wasn't off my list. The controversy. And I also bought a piece of selenite. However, I did get this really nice tarot deck that came out, I think, about a month ago, and I'd seen it on Instagram advertisements, you know, when advertisements come up on Instagram for things, and usually it's stuff that you've no interest in whatsoever. But on this occasion, I was just like, oh, well done, Instagram ads. So I am actually legitimately interested in that. So I added it to my Amazon wish list so I could remember that I am interested in owning this thing. And I didn't expect to see it on my trip to Glastonbury at all. I just happened upon it as if by fate. And it is this is the Labyrinth Tarot deck. Okay, it's a really, really beautiful deck. So it comes in this really nice box, and it's got a really lovely little book with it that's all full colour. It's ever such a nice little book, and the book's got a foreword by Brian Froud. So like I was like, because I've got every book that Brian Froud has ever produced, because the way Brian Froud draws and talks about fairies is literally amazing. And obviously Brian Froud was involved in the making of the film Labyrinth with Jim Henson. So he's got a foreword in the book, and then the book's got full colour illustrations of each of the cards and their meanings, which is cool. It's the deck is it's got some elements of Rider-Waite in it, like the card names and things, but not necessarily the Rider-Waite imagery. And it has got some extra little cards in there as well. So it's a really interesting deck. What I really like about this deck is the cards are not glossy. I am not a particular fan of very glossy tarot cards because they can be really hard to use. Now, when you first buy a set of tarot cards, they can be quite difficult. You have to like break them in, so to speak. So they can be a little bit difficult to work with when you first start using them because of the card stock, you know. But these cards are just so nice because they're actually matte. And I actually really like that cardstock, and it makes the images seem like they stand out more because they're not highly glossy. My original deck, my mythic deck, we've spoke about that before. I had those in the 90s, and they were glossy once upon a time, but not overly glossy. So obviously they've got a bit battered over time, and you know, it's just nice to have a matte deck of tarot cards, because a lot of cards that come out these days seem to be either quite glossy or very, very glossy, and I'm just not a fan of that glossy tarot card situational. It doesn't feel nice when you're shuffling them. It doesn't feel that good to actually work with. And they seem to take a lot of breaking in. So I really like these because they're matte. They've got some really lovely pictures in them. So obviously we've got all the characters that we know and love from the movie are all in this deck, and they're all having a lovely time being tarot cards. It's amazing. And yeah, there's so many lovely images on these cards. They're just beautiful. I mean, the Magician, the Hierophant, you know, the Sun, the Star. I liked how the Star even was there with the little teddy bear on. I really like the Wheel of Fortune, because it's like where she's putting that red lipstick down to so she can find her way back to where she's come from, and then the little fairies are turning the stones round. I really like that on the Wheel of Fortune, because it's just, it feels very apt for that card. And I just, the feeling of these cards and the colours in them, because they're not over bright, they're quite muted, so they're not overly, you know, bright and in your face. They're quite muted, and the tones in the colours seem so well selected, and the artwork is beautiful. The artwork is absolutely beautiful. So this deck I really enjoyed. I think that I would definitely recommend this deck if you if you collect tarot cards, or you just fancied a new deck, or you want to put it on your Christmas list, you know, I definitely would recommend these cards. They're really beautiful. The box that it comes in is very sturdy. It doesn't feel flimsy. The little tarot guidebook is so lovely. The way it's laid out, it's also got in the back of the book, it's got some tarot spreads for you, and I've found them quite interesting. Different takes on spreads that I found quite interesting. So yeah, I highly recommend this deck. It's a beautiful deck, and I'm really enjoying working with it. So yeah, that's my review for the Labyrinth Tarot deck. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like this kind of content, maybe you'd just hit that subscribe button for me. I make all sorts of content. I don't like to be restricted to one sort of thing. So I like to talk about clothes and shoes, but I also like to talk about magic and witchcraft things, tarot cards. So if you like this kind of content, perhaps you'll give me a subscribe. And maybe give me a thumbs up if you liked this video. Do you also like the Labyrinth movie? Because I must have seen that film. It's got to be in the 40 or 50 times section of my life. It's got to be in that region. Do you love that film? Because I definitely love that film. It's on Netflix at the moment. I mean, I've got it on DVD, but it is on Netflix at the moment if you want to do some magic dancing while you're reading your tarot cards. It's been really great to hang out with you guys this week. I'll see you very soon. Bye.